Finally, after 3 weeks of days just disappearing and not really know what's been going on in my life, I'm back with a brand new series to compare all of my custom Avengers Infinity War minifigures to Legos. But really quick, massive thank you to Wokers over on Patreon for donating $100. I mean, holy shit. And one of my best friends, TheSingingLegoman, for donating $50. I do not even know what to say. I genuinely am at a loss for words. But back to the filler video. My Captain America versus Legos. Whose is better? To most purists, they'll probably say definitely Legos because they can do no wrong, apparently. Regardless, I still made this one. And as you can see, I'm pretty proud of it, man. Lego bases most of their stuff off of concept art. And so sometimes their figures don't end up being overly accurate, or they just want to cut corners because Star Wars is more profitable. Regardless, whichever the case, this figure I think turned out pretty great in comparison to Legos. While Lego did update the torso, and that definitely looks really awesome, and I do kind of wish I ended up using that as a base and I didn't start on my cap so early. I still really do like the face that they came up with, and the head overall really isn't too bad. It just would have been nice to have a new hairstyle for Cap, but it's understandable why they didn't really see the need to make one. The shields are a little bit of a letdown. While they do kind of have the claws and the general shape, I just feel like they're too small and they're just kind of like silver and don't really get there. But Iron Man, I think, was definitely a lot more awesome. You can see Lego's Mark 50 was probably the best Iron Man suit they've ever put out next to their Silver Centurion polybag because the design is just fantastic. The red highlights and the accuracy of the entire minifigure was just excellent, and the entire new head and the new HUD I think is just perfect. I don't think the likeness really brings us any closer to Robert Downey Jr. I actually kind of prefer the original Tony Stark head, but again, the HUD is just fantastic. And then obviously the air flaps that Lego made were brick built because I mean these are Lego sets and they kind of have to use Lego pieces somewhere on these figures, so it makes sense why they decided to use these slopes and the stickers. And I really do love the use of all these new Power Blast pieces that they put in the back, and then obviously the Power Blast pieces that do come with the minifigure as accessories as well. I mean, it really is the full package, and I honestly don't think they could have done any better. However, my buddy Andrew over at AV Figures made some of the most kick-ass accessories I've ever seen him put out using Adobe Illustrator and a freaking laser printer. No, that's not right. A laser cutter. A laser cutting printer. Look, man, I don't know what it was, but it was amazing whatever he did to make them, and it was so awesome, and I just cannot thank him enough for all the work that he did. And on top of that, I finally kind of sort of reworked how I make all my Iron Man suits by basically cutting down on the bulk and not using amazing armory torso pieces, and I made the entire suit look more slimmed down by basically just sculpting only what was necessary while still painting on as much detail as I possibly could through the process of selection, and I did still keep Lego's new head. But anyway, the next figure, obviously, the Mad Titan himself, Thanos. Dude, was he so amazing in the movie, and the CGI was just ridiculous. However, Lego's Thanos ended up being super controversial. While most people like me were pretty disappointed that Lego just repurposed the basic Thanos mold they already had from the 2016 Avengers, there was also a small pocket of people that were also like, hey, Lego can do no wrong and this is perfect for whatever reason. Either way, eventually after the second trailer, it was revealed that Thanos would have his armor in flashbacks and also in the opening sequence, so it was kind of accurate, but not really, so Lego kind of got away with this one. Either way, the Infinity Gauntlet I think was a really great idea, and I don't think Lego could have really done this any better or made the stones any smaller or kind of like reworked the format in which they're supposed to be accurately placed on the gauntlet, because obviously, like I mentioned in that review, they kind of had to make the stones a certain size. They don't need like babies choking on these, so that's totally fair, and I think that Lego did a great job making them interchangeable, and I'm sure they've been making all the monies by having them all spread throughout the entire line. So yeah, one thing that their Thanos has that mine definitely does not is the fact that you can actually pull the Infinity Gauntlet off and put like a blank hand in its place. Yeah, mine doesn't have that. Mine is literally painted to be the gauntlet. Either way, I still think mine is definitely a little bit closer to Thanos in terms of overall likeness, accuracy, and just how the Infinity Gauntlet is supposed to look color-wise, and so I win. Anyway, I don't actually want to make this into like some sort of petty game down in the comments, but I still think Lego did a pretty decent job with these three figures. While I think Thanos obviously could have been better, I definitely think he not only suffered from whatever concept art Lego was looking at, but also the fact that they wanted to cut corners by using the same mold, among other things. But I really do think they nailed it with the Infinity Gauntlet despite the rest of the issues on the figure. It was disappointing. I hope we'll get a better one with future Infinity War sets. They are still making a few later this year from what I've been told, hopefully. So yeah, I think that's it though. I don't really know how else to end this video, but I'm working on a store right now that's going to have all kinds of really cool stuff for you guys, like shirts and posters and prints and pillows. And but it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be awesome, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy it, because I kind of looked around in the current market, and it's like, you know, most people are selling. There are plenty of Lego shirts out there, but none that actually have like super kick-ass minifigures on them. So I think that's gonna be really awesome for you guys. Hopefully you're looking forward to it. If you're not, that's fine. And also consider checking out my Patreon. I just posted the roadmap for all the figures that I'm considering doing for the rest of the year beyond Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that is exclusively available for those guys. Or don't check it out. It's fine. And that's it. I just posted this on Instagram and like Twitter and all those places as well, so you can follow those for some other cool photos, like when I make Killmonger and Okoye and all the other figures that I'm working on over the next few weeks. Or don't, that's fine too. And so that's it. I'm gonna go now. Thanks for sticking around. I can't wait to do more of these, because I made like a lot of figures for the Infinity War showcase, and we've got like a lot of figures to cover, so it should be great. And I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.